Productions.
I'm Nina. Everyone calls me Ill Ninaa. That's my stage name. And I'm from Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona.
Wrong, aka Quali and Ill Ninaa, represent 867 Entertainment. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
Y'all know what the fuck going on? Royal Life Productions, this motherfucker.
I started doing music. Basically, a lot of my friends was doing music. I've always been into hip hop growing up, but once I see my friends getting into it, that's what really kind of inspired me. I would say for myself.
I was like a little girl. I started watching American Idol. I just knew I wanted to sing, and I got the voice. So.
So how old were you when you found out you got the voice?
Well, I started singing when I was like a baby. Like I was screaming, but around when I was like 3 or 4, like that's when my parents knew like I had like a voice. I knew when I was around like 10, I started singing. I did a little talent show. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I knew some shit like that.
Man, most rappers usually start rapping like in the cafeteria in high school.
Yeah, it wasn't like that for me. Hell no.
So how did you become an artist?
Basically, it was always something I wanted to do, but I never felt like I could, if that makes sense. So I ended up later on in life, I ended up getting locked up, did a little bit of time, and I was like, you know, fuck that. I was like, I'm gonna be whatever I want to be at the end of the day. So when I got out, I was like, that was my main mission. It's just nothing's gonna stop me. I'm just gonna pursue this music. I've only been holding myself back the whole time.
So how old were you when you first started making music?
Shit, 25, like 23 to be honest. I've only been doing music like 2 years.
What about you?
How old was I when I started?
Well, you said you was 10.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you took it serious?
I was 15, I think. And I went to the studio and I had recorded like a little snippet, and it kind of got a lot of exposure, and that's when I knew like I needed to take it serious. But also it's something that I love, so yeah.
So what made you want to become a singer, like professionally?
I just love to sing. Like I've always loved singing, always, and I've done it since I was like a little kid. So yeah.
So with you being a rapper, artist, promoter,
Yeah.
what make you keep going?
It's hard. That's what it comes down to. You gotta have that heart. Everything's about work ethic. I was like, nothing's gonna stop me. I'm the only one holding myself back from anything. As an artist, though, I kind of took a step back in a sense on that, just because my heart is into being a promoter, tour manager, everything on that level. I definitely do my music still, of course, but it's really like I'm in for like the business side of it. And, like I like to help people along the way. I'm like a stepping stone for artists.
How do you balance that time?
Shit, from like music and promoting.
Yeah, when did the
promoting.
artist in you come in?
Oh, promoting definitely takes the forefront of that. Like honestly, my music side has been getting left in the dark, but we're gonna bring it back. I'm trying to make it work.
How do you balance the time
that.
of being a singer, but doing everything else?
Well, I have a lot of time, low-key. I only go to school for like 4 hours, so that I just write like any free time I have, so just write.
She got a lot of talent. She definitely got a lot of talent. She got time to put into it, so that's good. That's why she's gonna take off.
Okay.
That's what Arizona needs.
So how do you find your fan base?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How do you get fans to follow you?
I think it's more of like conducting an imagery, like promoting what you're doing. I put snippets out like of me in the studio, or just like me singing like my own song. yeah, and I just start getting followers like that. I'm gonna start doing music videos. That'll probably give me more followers.
I think a lot of it just originates from like old friends and everything, just family, and it starts to build after that. I did a couple songs that with local artists here. I did one with Chapo from Cleveland, and that got me like a pretty good fan base on like an underground level, but that was definitely beneficial for me in the long run. And then especially doing the promoting thing, I'm meeting artists all day. Every show that I'm at, I'm meeting people, I'm meeting engineers, I'm meeting photographers, everybody really. So that's definitely beneficial. I kind of gained like a fan base on the back end from my promoting, if that makes sense. It's always good.
So it's easier being a promoter than an artist?
I mean, it's hard as fuck being a promoter, to be honest. It's a lot of work that goes into it. I'm not gonna discredit artists by any means, but when I was just on my artist level, it was just fun for me in a way, you know, like I definitely enjoy it, but as far as like the promoting thing goes, it's way more intricate, you know. Like I see a disconnect in Arizona. I see a huge disconnect in Arizona as far as like the scene goes between artists. Nobody gets along that well. And I think that's why Arizona struggles so much, just for like somebody to prosper from here, because nobody gets along. We have shitty promoters here, not all of them, but we have janky people. We have artists that aren't willing to work as hard as they should be. But we do have a lot of good people too. It's just they're fewer than the most.
It's like competition.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like people, like that's
real.
It's like they are trying to be better than like everybody else, so
Yep.
they don't work together. People don't work together here in Arizona.
Exactly.
So like they don't want to see anybody else win but themselves. That's where the competition gets in.
Yeah.
But as a musician, isn't that how you're supposed to look at things? As I'm the best?
I'm gonna let you take that one.
I don't even know.
It depends. The way I look at it is at the end of the day, we all have our own vision and everything that we're trying to promote, you know? So like, how am I better than somebody else that they have a different dream, or we're all chasing the same thing but in a different sense. So like, I'm never going to consider myself being better than somebody else, because we're all trying to get somewhere, you know? Like I'm all for like working with people. I like to build people. I like to bring people together. I like to build people. That's my goal here. I'm not going to say I'm the best at anything, because, you know, there's a lot of talent everywhere, you know? Everywhere that you go, there's talent, there's talented artists, and there's devoted people to it. So, you know, you could be a shitty artist and then have no work ethic and fail.
So what do you think about artists that's saying that they're the best rapper in Arizona? They're the best singer around.
No, that's cool, and I see that a lot, and that's what I said. It's
Confidence is cool.
Yeah, confidence is cool. I like to say it in hip hop. It's cool to be cocky. Everybody you see them with the ice, you see them flossing their cars and shit. It's cool to be cocky in hip hop, but at the same sense, if you're not humble, like, people aren't gonna fuck with you. At the end of the day, they ain't gonna fuck with you.
So what do you look for in an artist to promote?
Definitely heart and the work ethic, because to me, talent is definitely a benefit, but if you don't have the work ethic, then, you know, you ain't gonna go nowhere at the end of the day. You have to. I see a lot of hard-working artists that, you know, are putting in work every day and just trying to get somewhere, and I respect that. So that's what I look for. I look for artists that are all in. I don't like artists that are lazy. I don't like artists that are, you know, just trying to get a check off of it. I want them to love it, and I want them to work hard for it.
How did you become a promoter though?
Basically, I was just doing music. I ended up on a couple tours with a very shitty Arizona promoter. I'll fucking say that for a fact. He was good at the time as I was working with him. I went on 3 tours with him. I was like a sponge on the tours. I just learned as much as I could, and I gained a lot of interest in promoting and throwing shows, and I see just how everything happened at a show, and it really caught my attention. So shit went south with him. He waxed me for a bunch of money, and I just took off on my own 2 feet. I was like, you know what, I could do this shit because that's what my heart is. I want to help people. I want to see people prosper at the end of the day.
So what's the difference between a promoter and a producer?
Producer is definitely somebody that's like helping produce a project or like a song.
They're kind of like in the.
They're more like in the studio type thing. As a promoter, I'm at shows, networking, meeting artists, meeting people that I'm passing out flyers. I'm online, you know, constantly promoting my shows. So
we got producers like DJ Mustard.
Yeah, definitely.
He does his little work in the booth.
Oh yeah.
Then he also promote other artists.
Yeah,
DJ
definitely.
Khaled.
So he's doing. I feel like he's doing 2 things. You know, he's juggling both. He's being a promoter and a producer.
So would you ever take that key?
Potentially. I feel like any knowledge is good knowledge. If I'm not going to use it myself, I'd like to learn. That way I could pass it on to people down the road. You know, maybe I'm not going to use it, but maybe my homie might be interested in it, you know? So I'd rather have that knowledge to pass on to somebody else.
So y'all have any projects dropping anytime soon?
I do want to work on an album. I made like a few songs. Had a couple collaborations, but I'm not really fucking with those people because they're weird. So I'm just trying to focus on myself right now.
Would you still put that song out?
No. But
so,
I mean,
is that a waste of time for you?
Those collaborations, yeah, were a waste of time. Cause I felt like those people were just using me. At the end of the day, they stabbed me in the back. So I think it's just better to focus on myself right now and work on an album. Yeah.
So what do you think about like artists falling out with other artists? Is that good or bad?
Everything happens for a reason. I feel like if that happened, it's for a reason.
But you know how like everybody say it's not personal, it's just business. What do you think? It's like they took it too personal, or they just trying to take you off your business?
I don't really know how to.
Yeah, I would say on that level, like, you can't really get too involved in feelings when it comes to this. You know, I definitely agree with the business. It's business. You know, people are gonna say, "Oh, you're gonna take a loss if, like, you know, do a song with somebody and then, you know, you don't fuck with them later on." But it's not a loss. It's a learning lesson. You gotta look at everything like that. It's just you just learn it along the way.
So what do you do in that situation if the artist jump on your track, but then you fall out the artist? Do you still put that out, or do you leave that behind?
She gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I did the same shit. I have on release. Yeah.
Well, honestly, after hearing it a couple times, it's just like it's not it. Like,
would you throw somebody else on the track?
Maybe. Probably, or I might just, I don't know.
But you know, you could put that in the studio and they could take that person's verse off.
Yeah.
They could just be a solo, or you could throw somebody else's on there.
I don't know, cause the collabs I did were like rap singing. It wasn't like, it wasn't it. Like.
So you was on that Ja Rule and that J-Lo, that rap singing, trying to.
That's what
that love tone.
That's what they was.
It was
on.
not good though. So I don't want to. I don't know, like embarrass myself kind of, because I just wasn't. Plus the people are not good people, and I just don't want my like success to be involved with them after they did me dirty, you know? No, I wouldn't release nothing like that.
So as a female artist, singer, how do you distance your relationship between personal and business?
Like, what do you mean by that? Like, what's personal?
Personal is your life behind closed doors, and business, like you singing, you doing the promotion. All
music comes first. That's my career. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life. So it's not hard to put anything to the side. Music is always first.
So your dude's gonna be like, just so it's me over
I don't
music.
got no dude.
Okay,
I'm
me over
focusing on
music.
myself.
Who's doing it now? I'm
Yeah.
taking music.
Just music.
So what about you? How do you distinguish like your personal and business behind?
Lord, I went through it all. And I fucking let shit flop for a minute over bullshit, if that makes sense. So at this point, nothing's getting in the way of what I'm doing. You know, nothing's gonna get in the way of what I'm doing. If anything comes along, if it's impeding what I'm trying to do, I'm cutting losses. You know, I'm doing what I'm doing. As far as that, you know, nothing's gonna get in the way. It's as simple as that.
So you as a promoter and as an artist, have you had any fuck ups on stage?
Yeah. I mean, I can say yeah, I have.
How was that?
You know, I feel like you gotta roll with the punches. You can't flop. You know, at the end of the day, you just gotta pick up where you left off. You know.
So you never let the crowd know you.
I mean, I try my best. You know, I try my best. I can say that. I mean, as many times as I've been on stage and on 3 tours everywhere, it's kind of like shit happens, you know. But shit happens at the end of the day. I just roll with it, you know. And if you fuck up, you just gotta pick up where you left off. Just keep it going.
You know, that's pretty difficult for an artist because a lot of artists fall off for that same situation.
Yeah.
Because they can't distinguish the personal life and the business side of being an artist.
Yeah.
They let their personal become their business.
Yeah.
Like how they let their family member become their manager.
Yeah.
Or their partner and all that stuff. Then they screw them over in the long run.
See that all the time.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing to prevent that?
Shit.
I'm staying focused. I really have no distractions, and that's really good. Cause I used to have like hella distractions, family issues, all that. But since I started focusing on myself, I don't. Business is business. Music is everything. So it's not hard to balance like my personal and like business. It's really not.
So who inspired you all to do music though?
My friends, people I was close with. I never look up to like, I know everybody will say, oh, so and so that's on the radio or whatever, you know, but me personally, it was the people that are in the community with me. My friends that I grew up with that started doing music. That's really like, okay, he's from where I'm from, he's doing it, why can't I do it? It's self-motivation at the same time. That's what it comes down to.
What about you?
I have to say I inspired myself to do this shit. Nobody's really there for me. Like my mom, she wasn't, you know, she's focused on her life. Like, my friends are always like, oh yeah, cool, like you can do it, you know, but nobody was pushing me to get into this music. Nobody was giving me the, like, you know, handouts. I never had no handouts. Like, I did this shit myself. Like, so I inspired myself, basically.
What keeps you motivated though?
I feel like when I release something or put something out, the reactions I get motivates me. Like, I get so many good reactions, like lots of people always just giving me positive comments, and they just keep telling me to do it, and I'm like, yo, like, this is low-key what I'm doing it for. Like, people actually love my music, and it was crazy to me. So yeah, that's what keeps me motivated. And yeah.
So as a female, how do you take negativity? Especially with your music. How do you take negativity and criticism?
I like it. I like the negativity. It gives me it's like, wow, like I actually have people like trying to talk down on me, but I really don't care. Like, 'cause I'm good with it. Like, not everybody's gonna like my shit. Not everybody's gonna like my music, and that's fine with me, you know, because I like it, and there's other people that like my stuff. So I really don't care about negative comments, negative nothing. Like, it's cool.
That's
like
crazy
it.
because a lot of females will take that personally, especially criticism. You're not this, you're not beautiful, you're not the perfect model, you're not this, you're not that. So does that stick with you, or do you just let that shit slide?
I really just have a strong mindset. I really do not care about what anybody says about me. I do what I gotta do, and this is my life. This ain't nobody else's life. So it just, like, it's nothing. It's really nothing. I don't care about what people says about me.
So what are you looking to take this music thing?
To the top.
All the way.
All the
All the
way,
way.
yeah. As far as, I mean, I'm never gonna stop. Like,
Okay, see, there
I'm
we
gonna
go.
stop till I drop.
So you say to the top. If somebody is willing to sign you right now, dropping like 50,000, would you sign or would you stay independent?
I can't sign. I mean, nah.
But why not? That's when you're trying to go to the top, right?
Yeah, but I'm not stupid also.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Just 50 grand, and what else is like the contract finna be like, you know, or like, I don't know. Because if one person is interested in me, wants to sign me for 50 grand, I know another person's gonna be interested and wanting to give me more, like, you know. But I just keep my options open. Make sure everything's like not, you know, shit, like, you know. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna sign if it's like crazy, taking on my music, and I don't know.
The world's different these days.
Yeah.
Like back, you know, if you look at like early 2000s, like before the internet and everything, okay, yeah, the record deal was like the obvious thing you wanted to do for yourself, to make it anywhere in music. But with the internet and just the way everything's set up now, you can do everything yourself. Look at Russ, and you know, there's so many other people that are doing it independently these days. I think, I don't want to throw out false numbers, but I know Young Dolph threw his contract out for like, I don't know how many million. So if people are willing to just throw out contracts like that and just do it themselves, then that's the way to go. You don't have that overhead, you know. It's good to have a team, definitely. It's good to have managers and people behind you and shit, but as far as somebody controlling your craft and the art that you're trying to put out, can't do that.
How do you know if your team is right for you?
Shit, you gotta go through some shit.
Cause
You know,
there's a lot of artists out there that have a team, but then that it's supposed to be their right hand man will want their spot. So
Yeah.
when you say a team, how you know everybody is there for you?
Unfortunately, it's like you don't know until you find out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know, like I said, you have to go through some shit. When shit gets off, then you cut them off. If you don't feel right, you cut them off. I mean, at the end of the day, but that's me speaking as more like an artist. You know, like if I look at it more on what I'm trying to do with my company and everything, it's like I want everybody to prosper. I'm not trying to be this like God or something, you know. I want everybody eating at the same table I'm eating at. I'm no better than nobody else, you know.
Okay,
We
your
all just trying
company,
to eat.
your company, your company,
yeah,
your company.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Definitely. What's up?
So where did you get that name from?
All right, we're gonna spin this back. Okay. For like the last 9 years of my life, I did graffiti. Right. I did graffiti. Got a lot of trouble. Blah blah. Some stuff I'm not gonna say on there. So basically, 867 is TMS, and that was my tagging crew that I started. You know, I built it up. As far as Arizona goes, I built up TMS, so you know we were pretty established as far as Arizona. When I got locked up and everything, I wanted to take a different route. I wanted something more positive, so I gave up graffiti, started pushing this music. So I took the same foundation, because 867 is TMS and numbers, and so I took the same foundation that I had for my tagging crew as a family unit, and then put it towards the music. So I flip-flopped it into music, from something negative like graffiti, where I was getting in trouble, put a whole new spin on it with the music. So I run it as like a family in a sense. You know, I've met a lot of good artists, working with a lot of talented artists, hardworking artists, and this goes back to what you were talking about. If somebody is not right for your team, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm working it. You know, we're working it. I'm building a good, solid team right now. So you gotta cut strings when the times.
Okay, just cutting the people little by little.
Yeah, you gotta find out, you know. But my team right now is solid, and that's what I'm happy for. Thanks for Arizona, I know that.
So you was talking about how you want to throw a festival.
Oh yeah,
Let's
definitely.
speak on it.
Definitely. I got a lot of things planned. Festivals. The real big one that we have here is obviously Arizona Hip Hop Festival. But I don't know. I look at other people and I see a disconnect. I'll say again, where some promoters maybe don't have the best interest in the artist and they have more of an interest in their pocket. At the end of the day, so I go to some promoter shows and I see them walking around. They have dollar signs in their eyes and they don't care about who's performing or who said it is, or you know what happens to this artist afterwards. They just see that person as a check for the night. That's where I look at it on a different angle. You know, I want to be a stepping stone for these artists. I want to be, especially for like upcoming, like new artists. You know, somebody has to break the ice for them. You know, if that makes sense. Somebody has to break the ice. I like to be that person. I like to be the person to say, hey, you know, you want to do a show? Yeah, get them up there. Because who knows, 5 years from there they could take off and I could say, hey, I was a part of that. You know, like I helped them. I just want to help. That's my goal here. As a promoter, I'm trying to help artists.
So anybody that's out there trying to be an artist, where can they find you at?
Oh, definitely. Instagram, 867 Entertainment. You can hit up my email, 867ent@gmail.com. You can hit me up on Facebook at Rome TMS Crew. Shit, what else? I'm not gonna give you my Snapchat. But no, that's basically it. It's real easy to find me by now. Just look up 867, you'll find me.
What about you? Where can fans find you at?
Well, I don't have a Facebook anymore. People kept reporting me. I don't know why. Probably the haters. Because I had released my first single. After that, I was getting so many shares, all kinds of like attention, and then my account got disabled. Then I tried to make another one, my account got disabled again. So I'm just on Instagram right now at Ill Ninaa, ILLNINAA. So yeah, that's me.
Also, it's Ill Ninaa.
Yeah.
So where you get that name from?
I just thought it was cool because like it was like you're sick, like I'm sick, like you know, like
Yeah.
I'm the illest, like so. Ill Ninaa, that's where I came up with.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What about you? Where do you get your name from?
Oh fuck. I said Quali the Goon. Quali like as in like the lean. I used to fuck with lean a lot. And then the Goon, I was addicted to ski mask shit. I was gooning, fucking around when I was younger, so it fit my profile.
So you kept it?
I kept it. I kept the name, but we're on the positive shit. Positivity equals progress. That's the motto.
Okay, right now. So can you tell me who's the top 5 rappers right now in your head?
Ooh. I slaughtered this on AZ mixtape, so I did some thinking since then. All right, top 5 rappers of mine. Of course, Easy E. That's my top number one.
Easy E number 1.
No one's ever gonna take that for me. I look at, and these are based on just not music. It's just business and everything. I definitely fuck with Schoolboy. Schoolboy
Number
Q.
2, Schoolboy.
ASAP Ferg.
ASAP Ferg. Number 3.
I'll probably have to go with like Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
I
number
like to
4.
mix it up, and then we'll go Snoop Dogg just because he's still hanging in there. I like to fuck with the artists that are still moving, still making moves.
A lot of artists out there, they say the ones at the top have a top screen of 3 to 5 years, stand on top. What do you think about that?
I think it's a myth. I think it all depends on how much how much work you put into it. That's what it is. I mean, people blow up and then they get famous, they get wrapped up in this and that, and then they fall off. I guess life takes a change for them, takes a turn, and then they let their music go, or they let whatever they're working on go. For me, it's like if you're working hard, you can keep up with that momentum. Definitely.
Well, not even that. A lot of artists sign bad deals.
That too, definitely.
So when you see an artist, how do you stir them away from that deal?
I mean, I really haven't been in that position yet, but it all comes down to common sense. People jump at money, unfortunately.
I was going to say, people don't have common sense when they see that cash in front of them.
You got to be a level-headed person. A lot of these artists are so money hungry, and they're quick to take up anything. Anybody messages them, they're so quick to jump on that show or jump on anything. So you got to take a step back and think about the benefits. If it's not benefiting you for a long period of time, not just a moment, it's probably not the best move. If it's just something that's just quick like that, then that's a big risk to take. I wouldn't take the risk.
Cause a lot of mainstream artists sign a bad deal, like Lil Uzi Vert signed with DJ Drama.
Yeah.
And he went out his contract. He basically said he's gonna quit rapping if he don't get out his contract. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's unfortunate. It's definitely unfortunate. A lot of these people are from the streets, and maybe they didn't have enough knowledge to back up these big ass contracts. Definitely lawyers are good when you're on that level, for sure. If you don't have a lawyer reading over your contract and making sure shit's straight, that's on you at the end of the day. So you gotta be smart, not just street smart. You gotta be book smart too, or have somebody on your side that's book smart, looking out for you.
Like you said, a lot of artists come from the street. A lot of motherfuckers ain't book smart.
No.
They see that cash. Everybody want a deal.
Everybody want a deal. That's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. But at the end of the day, that's their own loss. You gotta be prepared for that. You gotta know that that's coming. So you gotta have somebody on your team that's book smart.
So right now, do you guys have anything to shout out, get promotion to?
This girl is killing it.
First single, Fly High. It's been 3 weeks since it's been out, 3.5 weeks. So everybody, listen to Fly High by Ill Ninaa.
I was gonna say Fly High by Ill Ninaa or Nina.
I think it's just Nina because
YouTube.
on my YouTube name is just Nina, in my last name for now. I don't know if I should change it.
So you got to make another Facebook to start promoting more music.
Every time I try to make a Facebook, it just gets disabled now. So they think I'm a fake account and stuff. I don't know what to do about that. I think it's also Facebook now because they think I'm a fake account. I'm not a fake account.
She's not a robot.
Yeah, I'm not a fucking robot.
We're gonna work on that.
It's so irritating. It really is. It's fucking crazy. And that's where I was getting most of my views, getting most of my shares and most of everything. And then since I don't have that no more, I just went to Instagram and I don't have as much attention on Instagram. But I'm gonna have to build and work to get more attention and fans and stuff like that.
So how did you get views and shares on
Facebook? I don't know. I think it's just Arizona. There's everybody knows everybody. It's kind of crazy. It's funny. I just had 2,000 friends. Everybody just knows I do music, and everybody really likes what I do. So when I post something, I just get shares. Start getting hella shares and thousands of views. There we come, so I don't know. It's just Facebook was the connect for me. I gotta make Instagram my connect now. So.
Well, what you can do, you can make a Facebook up in somebody else's email.
I tried that. I tried so many things. I tried my other, my mom's phone number, my friend's phone number, I made a new email, like nothing.
It's just
working.
haters.
You changed your name to Ill Ninaa?
I actually had to change my name to like my government name, like my full name, on Facebook, so that if they try to say I'm a fake account, I could like show my ID or some shit. But no, that shit did not work. It still like disabled my Facebook. I'm like, that's crazy, right?
You just gotta keep the same energy and try to blow up.
I'm gonna just push. As hard as
That's
I
all you can do.
Yeah.
Haters gonna hate regardless, but only you can stop yourself, you know? Like, can't let nobody stop you at the end of the day. You're in control of your own actions, but we're gonna work on that. Just gonna get a new Facebook.
So for you, what's stopping you from reaching to the top?
What's stopping me?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. It's a process. I mean, I haven't been doing this long, so I'm still working the steps, you know? You see people blow up overnight and shit, and we can get into conspiracy theories about that, but we ain't gonna go with that. But, you know, definitely, it's a process. It's all about networking, meeting the right people. But I'm pretty sociable, you know? I meet a lot of cool people on a day-to-day basis, and it's just building that fan base. But not only that, it's connected with artists as far as what I'm doing with the shows and promoting. It's just, that's what it is. It's all about networking, just like it would be for an artist. But like I said, Arizona's disconnected. Arizona has issues, so artists are hesitant. Artists are really hesitant to work with promoters, like especially if new promoters. There's grimy people in the game, not just on a lower level, but you know, all the way up. There's grimy people everywhere. So be cautious of who you work with, but you know, still be open. I'm working with a lot of talented artists, and I'm building connections right now. You know, I'm trying to build up these artists too. So it's a process. Gotta keep moving.